Okay, let's see where our program is right now. So we've got something that has hit stop, but it doesn't really do anything. It just hits start and stop, and more. And when clones get to the end, they die. One improvement, obviously, that we forgot to do is when you click on start, or when you click on stop, it should clear the screen and probably kill all the clones. So how are we going to do that? So stop is let's take a look at our data status. So when you hit stop, status is at 0. Okay, so first thing we want to do is when you set status to 0, you want to clear the screen. So let's take a look at pen and add that here. So we've got to hit clear. All right, so let's just check this. And if we hit stop, it clears the screen. Okay, good. Now, the other thing it needs to do is it needs to delete all of the existing clones. So when status is set to 0, it needs to delete all the clones. So when I start as a clone, forever, I need to check the status. If status equals 0, let's see, if status equals 0, then delete the clone. Then I want to delete this clone, and I also want to decrease the clone count. We'll be using this clone count in a second. Change clone count by -1. Okay. All right, let's just see if our program works a little bit better now. So we hit green flag, then we hit start. We can hit more. And we hit stop, and everybody goes away, except, and we cleared the screen, except they kept kind of drawing here for a second, right? So, why aren't they dying faster? Let's take a look at this. Here's why. They're in here, still moving, even though the status equals 0. So, I need to add an if statement here as well. So, if status equals 1, then I can do this drawing, but if it equals 0, don't do it. So I'll go ahead and hit Control-Shift copy and duplicate this little thing. If status equals 1, in other words, if the game is on, then go ahead and do this drawing. Otherwise, please don't. So let's go ahead and see how it works now. And oh no, that's not working well at all. Oh, there we go. Okay, and if we hit stop, they still do it. Notice that this more button is here, even though the game hasn't really started yet. In fact, that's a problem. This more button shouldn't be here unless this thing is operating. So we'll fix that too. But in fact, let's fix that first. No more button if the game is stopped. So here's our more button. And when we're going to switch costume to more, but we're going to add something else here too. If the status equals 0, remember status 0 means please don't play the game. So we'll put this in a forever loop. If status equals 0, then hide the guy. Oh, shoot, we need another else. We need an if else statement. I keep making that mistake. So we need if status equals 0, and there's an extra space in there, so I need to get rid of that. There we go. If status equals 0, then hide. Otherwise, you can show your little face. Show. Okay, put this in the forever loop. Now, this thing, aha, it disappeared, and he only shows up when the thing is supposed to be played. Beautiful. I still don't like that they keep drawing for a billionth of a second after I hit stop. I'd much prefer it if they didn't do that. And maybe I'll fix that a little bit later. So if you look at this program that you just created, let's hide that variable. If you were copying everything I did, you'd name it. You'd say drawing squares. Now I'm going to call this V2 because I created a version before. So I'm going to go ahead and hit save. Save now. So let's compare this with the version that I've got. I'm actually not going to tell you how to do the final step, but you can see how this program works. It does clear things, it adds things, and the guys delete when you hit the end. So let's take a look at my program and see if there are any differences that you can notice, and maybe you can build them yourself. Let's see. So I'm going to go to drawing squares and hit this and go ahead and hit play. So I've got another button here that says clear, but anyway, let's just see what these guys do. So first it draws, just like yours does. And when they hit the edge, they are supposed to delete. That guy deleted. And that guy deleted. Okay, good. So they do that. I can hit more. Check out what happens if I hit this clear button though. They all just immediately head for the exits. Can you figure out how I did that? That's your challenge. Can you figure out how to program a everybody run away and head for the exits button? Because that's the only button that I created that you didn't. And there's a lot of code in there actually. Some tough stuff to figure out, but it's kind of cool. And then my stop does in fact clear everything off. And I just think this is kind of cool. I don't know. Maybe you can add some more cool whiz-bang features to yours as well. Everyone run away. Okay, great. Who said I wasn't an artist? Miss Montgomery. This is art, isn't it? Ha!